Greetings, people of YouTube. This is MKM Forever, Tony once again. And I've been doing much today. Last night I was talking a little bit with my good friend Efri. Be a little shout out to him if you're watching this, man. And we were talking a little bit about trailers and here and there, and some new trailers. Universal Soldier 4, which they have crapping. I just give up on the Universal Soldier. I mean, the trailer looks okay, but I don't know. I don't trust it. Then we also saw this trailer for another movie called Cosmopolis, starring, directed. Okay, here's a pro. Directed by David Cronenberg. Okay, that's a plus. But the negative, it stars Robert Pattinson. Same guy who was in Twilight, who plays Edward Cullen. Kiss your vampires. I forget that joke. Anyway, that movie, I don't know. It could be good, it could be bad. We'll see. Maybe it could surprise me. But anyway, I just last night I decided to watch this movie that I hold near and dear to my heart. It's my all-time favorite David Fincher film, and probably my favorite Brad Pitt film. Right behind this I would put Troy, maybe, and hell, maybe Cool World, and Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Some people don't care for Cool World, and I don't completely hate it. Why? Have you seen the hot chicks in Cool World? Hot cartoon chicks? I mean, come on. Anyway, that's a little point there. But this movie stars Brad Pitt, Ed Rowan, and some of you probably know what it is by now. Fight Club. Directed by David Fincher, stars Edward Norton, that's him right there, and Brad Pitt. Now, this obviously isn't the DVD. This is the cassette. Look at that. This is the VHS, and the VHS itself is in pretty good condition. I actually think it's in decent condition. I still buy VHSs. Some people say, "Why do you buy them?" Well, I have VCR. Why not? So as for the box, it's kind of a little beat up, like right there. It had a little sticker. Somebody tried to take it off of the sticky residue, and right there's some discoloration right there. See that? That's because there was a sticker right here, and everything else kind of got the color wash out. So, but all in all, ultimately this is what matters to me, and this is in good condition. So anyway, we're to get into this movie. This movie, I would be bold enough to say it's my favorite David Fincher film. Now, David Fincher, of course, we all know him from his crappy film debut for Alien 3, which to this day I cannot sit through. Then, of course, he surprised all of us when he came back with Seven, I believe, with Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman. That's a movie that I don't know if everybody's seen it, or if anybody else of you has seen it for that matter. But Seven, that's actually a pretty good movie. I actually enjoyed that. And after Seven, he did a movie with Michael Douglas called The Game. That's a really good movie. Yeah. Very criminally underrated. I mean, of course, Seven, always gets the praise that it deserves. But I think The Game kind of got forgotten for a little bit. But I mean, that movie was awesome. I really enjoyed The Game. And then after The Game, I think he did this one. And then after this one, I think he did, I want to say Panic Room. I think he did Panic Room. Which Panic Room, that's another one that I really enjoy. Anyway, and after Panic Room, we would go on to do a movie called Zodiac with Jake Gyllenhaal and Robert Downey Jr., which I haven't seen, but I don't really care about that. But then, of course, he went on later on to direct The Social Network and The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, and of course, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, American remake or reboot or whatever that. Daniel Craig is probably the best part of that movie, but Rooney Mara, no, 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 no. Getting back to this movie. This movie is really, really cool movie. I mean, I'm just gonna. I mean, pretty much everybody knows the plot synopsis for Fight Club, but I'm gonna give you the description that's in the back here. This is better explained than I could possibly ever explain it. So, anyway, here it is. Fight Club. Fight Club pulls you in, challenges your prejudices, rocks your world, and leaves you laughing. Brad Pitt, Edward Norton, and Helena Bonham Carter turn in powerful performances in which movie legends are made in this action-packed hit. Action-packed, I don't know if it's action-packed, but it's definitely a thriller, I'll tell you that. A ticking time bomb, Insomniac, Edward Norton, in which it plays a nameless character. That was a little interesting. And the slippery soap salesman, Brad Pitt, aka Tyler Durden. These people channel primal male aggression into shocking new form of therapy. Their concept catches on with underground fight clubs forming in every town, until a census eccentric woman, played by Helena Bonham Carter, I think it's pronounced. Until a woman gets in the way and ignites an out of control spiral toward oblivion. The New York Times raved that Fight Club just might require another viewing. Here's your chance. Brace yourself. Now, this movie, after watching it once, you actually do have to go back, and watching the end, you actually do have to go back and watch it again. Maybe not right away, but you definitely feel like later on you want to revisit it, see what else happens, The movie just, it starts out pretty simple, you start out with Edward Norton, who did a great job in this one, playing pretty much a nameless character. This guy suffers from insomnia, he can't sleep. So if he goes to the doctor tells him, he asks the doctor to give him something so he can sleep, because the guy is in pain, obviously. And the doctor says, no, you need good, healthy, natural sleep. So anyway, after that, the doctor says, you don't want to see pain? Come back and see my testicular cancer victims on Thursday night, I think. And then Edward Norton comes back, he finds some solace, and this weird thing happens that where if he cries, he kind of lets go. He can sleep. He sleeps like a baby afterwards. But then Helena Bonham Carter jumps into the scene, and to quote Edward Norton, she ruins everything. Because she's basically him, because there's nothing wrong with her, and she's attending all of this, testicular cancer, regular cancer, Smokers Anonymous, Alcoholics Anonymous, all that. She's attending just to get a kick out of it, basically. And, it's kind of a weird beginning. He can't sleep again. So they work on an arrangement. Okay, you take these nights, I'll take that night, this and that. Anyway, in one way or another, he's on the plane, and he's in the plane, and he's going on a business trip, I think, and he meets Brad Pitt's character, Tyler Durden. Now, Brad Pitt, in my opinion, plays Tyler Durden like it's beautiful. He did a terrific job as Tyler Durden, and reportedly he committed to this movie. He lobbied hard to get the part, and he lobbied so hard that he actually went to a dentist and actually had some of his teeth chipped out. Like a little corner of his teeth. You can actually see it in the movie. He got some of his teeth are a little crooked, because he thought if his character would be fighting, he would have crooked teeth or chipped out teeth or teeth missing or something. So he went to a dentist, actually got some teeth chipped out purposely. And afterwards, of course, the dentist fixed him up. So Tyler. But I always found funny some of what Tyler Durden says in in the movie. Like, for example, when he's talking, he's reading the pamphlet right there. He's reading the exit door procedure, and he says, "Exit door procedure at 30,000 feet. The illusion of safety." You know, this movie basically is. Eventually, they both decide to form this club that they decided to call Fight Club, and eventually this has a bunch of it spawns a bunch of different clubs all throughout the country. And well, basically the message or the theory of Fight Club, the movie, because this one actually does have a theory, but it's not like this in your face like freaking Wanted did. Okay, you know, like this and The Matrix, in my opinion, are the ones that did it the best. Because you have this guy, you have this guy who's working in a very boring environment. You know, he's kind of like mechanical in a way. You know, he's unsatisfied. You know, uncontent. And this guy shows up out of nowhere, pulls him out of that boring life, and makes his life fun, basically. You know, so it's this movie and Matrix that did it the best. And this movie basically is about, you know, regaining some of your humanity that has been destroyed by corporations. You know, and I think it was beautifully portrayed in this movie. And I mean, I don't want to get into too much into it, because if you've seen Fight Club, then you don't need me to explain the plot for it. If you haven't seen Fight Club, go see it. And, you know, stop watching this review and go see this movie, because it's freaking awesome. You have to, guys have it. It changes you, basically. You know, it doesn't. You kind of look at the world differently after you watch this. You know, that's what happened to me when I first watched this back when I was in high school. So anyway, you know, this movie, if I had to rate this movie, I would probably give it. No, screw it. 10 out of 10. Fight Club gets 10 out of 10. Okay, so I'm starting to run out of time here, so I'm just gonna wrap this video up. Fight Club, great movie, 10 out of 10. Go see it, and if you haven't already. Anyway, this is MKM Forever. Tony, signing off. Later.